What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Black Hour, and welcome back to a special Memorial Day episode of Cooking with Black Hour. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you some of my grill, not secrets, but kind of tips. You know, remember how Tony Hawk had that VHS, those trick tips? Man, I used to watch that all the time, and we see how that paid off, because I'm sitting here in the driveway, and I ain't skateboarding around making Tony Hawk money, am I? No, so let's go ahead and show you this, because Memorial Day weekend's upon us, and really these are tips for your first time griller, or somebody that's been grilling a minute and they're like, oh, something's not right, I need to investigate. Or for somebody that just needs a little refresher course. You know, it's been winter all winter, and you're saying to yourself like, oh, so oh, you might just need to know how to go. And you know, I've been grilling for a minute, and I'll be honest, the first couple years that I did it, I would do it and people would come over and they'd be like, oh, that's pretty good Black Hour, and I would taste it and be like, the hell it is, people are nicer than it should be. I knew it wasn't right, so it kind of takes you a while to get it, so I'm going to save you some time, save you a little money by not wasting your product and knowing how to go. So the first thing I'm going to teach you, the first thing you need to know about barbecue, and you may not drink, but I do. So if you're going to be outside queuing, you need a cool beverage. It doesn't have to be an old brewski like I got today. You can have a nice little glass of water. Some sweet tea would be alright with me too, but a little brewski today because I've been working all week, buddy. Just got done mowing the yard, and it's time to unwind. So give me a second. Oh, that natty. So good. So good. So we are going to do burgers and dogs today, and this really isn't a video on how to barbecue burgers and dogs. I mean, it is, but we're more so showing you kind of how I go about a grill. And I use burgers and dogs because number one, it doesn't hurt the old pocketbook, and number two, it's kind of a good way to start grilling. It's not something that's terribly hard to do. It's not something that's you got to watch like chicken, or that takes some nuance like some ribs or something like that. Burgers and dogs, any fool could do, and what a fool believe. I believe that's going to be good tonight. So let's go ahead and get into it. First thing you got to do, going to do burgers and dogs, got to get that burger, got to get that meat. And I'm not talking about what I was thinking of prom night either. So, oh, I've already had a so one more. Oh my goodness. So we've got our burger, and I went ahead and just got some ground beef. And to me, 2 pounds, you ought to be able to patty that out into 8 patties. That's a good meal for the family, or just you if you're hungry, you know what I'm talking about. So go ahead and patty those out. And really, with barbecue, I'm sure you've heard, oh, you need some dry rub. Well, burgers and dogs really just kind of season to taste. I mean, of course, you could go to the store and get some dry rub, but I didn't, and you know me. I can try fish it, and you know what else? I'm not the monopoly man over here, so need to make as much as we can out the old casa. So I went ahead and got my burger, and I went ahead and just put a little salt, a little lemon and black pepper seasoning, and a little garlic. This is going to give a little tang wang, smoochy woochie, because basically the smoke and the sauce are going to be the boss on this. Now let's go ahead and get into the tips. First thing I want you to do, it's something you always do when you grill. Make sure that you clean off that grate. Make sure that you take your scraper and scrape it off, because all that nastiness, and some people say, oh, we'll leave it on there and put it over the fire, it adds flavor. You get a big old chunk of nasty wasty in your mealy willy. That ain't no flavor, that's so you don't want that. Go ahead and chew. I gotta drink, just take the taste out of my mouth when I think about it. Oh, because people do it. Now we really gotta hurry, we're on the timer. So, clean that grate and clean it good. If you got an onion, ooh, even better. Ooh, because, you know, the thing about it is, I kind of let my coals go a minute, and then I clean my grate over top of it to do it. I'll show you that in a minute. But either way, make sure you clean it. I'm going to show you clean it off. I'm going to show you clean it on. We're going to do it. Wax on, wax off. Mr. Miyagi's out here barbecuing with me. So, clean your grate, and now we're going to get our coals. And I've got those, not pre-lit. they didn't come in the bag burning. Moron. They're no lighter fluid required. You look at the bag I'm showing you here. And the thing about it is, I'm not going to use too many, because burgers and dogs, they're not going to need to cook that long. And you could do them quick. You can put a bunch in there and kind of flash fry them if you want. But to me, I like to spend as much time out here as I can, because this is, somebody come out here and they say, hey, I need you to come and look at my car, or hey, I need you to hang this picture. And I'm cooking dinner, I'm sorry, I'm busy, and I can sit out here. So I'm going to put just a few coals in there, but we are going to put them in there like a pyramid, like old, what's his name, Cairo's butt, or whatever, Tutankhamun, that's the man. Or a boy, I guess it was, but we ain't getting into that. So let's go ahead and take our coals, we're going to put them in there, stack them in the pyramid, and light them on fire and sing with it. Fire, 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 fire. So let that burn until those coals get ashed over, and they're going to get good and white hot. And with burgers, you can go ahead and put your burgers straight down on there. Now, like I say, if you want to go ahead and clean your grates over your coals like I do, go ahead and do that, because to me, it kind of heats it up and makes it burn off better. And boy, if you got an onion, ooh, even better, because it's going to give it that onion flavor. So we're going to go ahead and scrape. We've got our coals on there. They're white hot. We spread them out. And now let's put our grate on top. We got the grate on top. We got the grate grilled. Now, put your burgers on there. Now, I've got some hot dogs too, because burgers and dogs, that's just American, baby. That's just as American as these boys from Texas, old bad terror that I love. So let's go ahead and get our burgers put on there. And you say to yourself, like, oh, how long should I wait? Well, if you got one of these, I wait about half of one. So you put them on there, and crack one boil, crack it good, and then whip it good like Devo, and then go ahead and put your burgers on there. About halfway through, go ahead and flip it. And you're saying, like, well, I don't really drink booze like you do, Mr. Nasty. Well, that's okay. You go ahead and get a glass of water. Go ahead and get your old soda popper. You go ahead and go ahead and get you a big glass of sweet tea. Ooh, my goodness, that sounds almost even better. Almost, not quite. Now, we've got our burgers on. We're going to do one flip, and you see how that kind of looks. You can tell that it's almost done, but it's not really done. And that's one of the biggest things about grilling, is you're like, it's not a stove that you can turn up and down. Once you start it, boy, once you spread them coals, that's the hottest they're going to be, and they ain't going to get no hotter. I am not going to say that one, because little Mrs. Inside will chew my butt until there's nothing left. So let me go ahead and flip them burgers, boy. Flip them. And then you'll see that they're kind of done. They're not quite done. That's the art of it. You really have to watch and learn. And the best thing I can tell you is practice makes perfect. It's like anything else. It's like me sitting in the back playing that old guitar. So, flip them burgers, and you flip them and then put them down again. I like to finish my beer, flip them again. And by then, depending on how you like your burger, you should be getting close. Now, the thing about me is, that's when you put your dogs on. See, you'll do one flip, and you really know then, because the dogs aren't going to take long to cook. Unless, like me, you like them black, and like them burnt. But I'll show you kind of how it goes. I'm out here talking mess, so I'll kind of put some little timers in here too. But once you do that, and you got everything looking pretty nice, so we put our dogs on there, so we put our burgers on there, so everything's looking lovely, and we're out here jamming Van Halen 5150 on cassette tape, which I am. That's why I want to get out of here, so I can kick back and have a good time and say round, round, round with Sammy. So let's go ahead and get that done, and once it looks pretty good, we're going to put some sauce on it. Don't let it get all the way done there, Mr. Gusto. Let's go ahead and do this before it gets quite, just right before you want to pull it off. We're going to just drizzle some sauce on there, because the sauce is the boss. And today, I just got some great value barbecue sauce, because to me, I ain't got sweet baby to raise money, and it's as simple as that, buddy. So we're going to go ahead and drizzle, and then flip and drizzle again. And when you flip and drizzle, you really are flipping and then just kind of letting it sit there for, less than a minute, and then flipping again. You're really just kind of getting that glaze on there. Talking about Bad Terror, their first singer, Terry Glaze. So, now I'm sounding like I'm reaching. I really need to go get another one of these, and those should be done. So, it's basically all the grill tips that I have for the beginners, for the winners. But I want to go inside and have a sight and have a big old bite of that burger and dog tonight, and definitely another cool one, because I'm getting parched out here talking. So, alright, baby, the time has come. The barbecue is done, and I'm about to have the first bite for myself. And I may have said I was going inside, but that's the beautiful thing about barbecue, baby. It just makes you sit outside and really take some time and just take a deep breath and enjoy it, man. You know, I've been so stressed out lately about all of this crap going on. And getting out here with a few good songs and a little bit of this, boy, it's going to set my mind right tonight. And I'm going to show you, you're talking about barbecue tips. This is truly one of my tips is, when the barbecue's done, you got the burgers and you got the dogs and you may have some sides. And everybody's saying, oh, everything tastes so good. And I'm over here in the corner with just a single burnt dog with a little sauce and a drinky winky, because that's how you start the night, right? So, here we go. Ooh, hot. Fresh off the grill. But boy, that's how a hot dog should be done. I know we were talking about burgers, but man, that's why I love barbecue. You can get a dollar pack of hot dogs and turn something that was nothing into beautiful, baby. So, I want to thank y'all for stopping by for another beautiful episode of Cooking with Black Outlaw on this beautiful day. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on social media. You can also watch all my other cooking videos right here on my YouTube channel. Now, make sure that you subscribe or join or whatever it's called my Patreon for exclusive content that you can only see there. Now, it's time to go. You've had your lesson. You've had your dog. You've had your beer. I'm about to have some more of mine. Now, about to go crank this this steak back up. About to sit out here for a minute more. And I'm going to take the food inside and put it away and still say, well, there's something on the grill. There's nothing on the grill. I just want to sit out here. So, I'll see y'all later.